Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, going to go over an article titled Zalando Boss to Quit to Prioritize Wife's Career. And guys, this article is about a guy, he's a CEO of one of Europe's largest online fashion companies called Zalando. I never heard of it until now, but now I learned something new today. And this guy is the CEO. He's been, I believe, the CEO for more than 10 years. And this company apparently does billions of dollars in sales each year. And this guy makes millions and millions of dollars a year. I believe he made 6 million euros. I believe he made 6 million euros in 2019. And it looks like 20 million euros in the year before in 2018. No joke. That's a lot of money, okay? And he is basically throwing it all away to go home and be Mr. Mom while his wife then goes and does her thing with her career. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, or some of you guys are thinking, hey, so what? You know what? He's made a ton of money, and he doesn't need the money anymore because obviously they're crazy rich. He can go home, hire a nanny, hire a maid, whatever the hell he wants to do, and just be Mr. Mom, and she can go do her thing, right? Well, here's the thing. Let's just say, hypothetically, let's just say he did it because he was just burnt out. He's made a shit ton of money, and he's good to go. He's good to go for many lifetimes, you know. His kids are set for life. The grandkids are set for life, all that. That'd be one thing. But he's doing it, according to this article, so that his wife can go focus on her career. So he can go be Mr. Mom. And the problem with this, guys, and you're having more and more of this happen nowadays, is that more guys are doing this because, you know, thanks to the feminist movement, that guys, everybody's equal, and the woman should be able to go and work, bring home the bacon, and the guy can do the traditional woman's role of being the homemaker, taking care of the kids, doing all the cleaning and cooking and all that stuff, and everything should be perfect. Well, it's not perfect. And I have done so many different stories, videos about this particular subject where a couple thinks it's a great idea because maybe she makes more money, or just simply the guy goes along with her plan to prioritize her career. And then what happens is, in a short period of time, the dynamics between the couple change because she's taken on the traditional masculine role as the man, and he's taken on the feminine role as the woman, okay, being the caregiver and all that, okay? And as he starts to adapt more feminine traits and she adapts more masculine traits, the polarity's off, and that starts to kill the attraction between the two of them, okay? Because he's moving into his feminine and she's moving into her masculine, and everything's out of whack. And guess what happens? Typically, according to a lot of the stories I've done, emails I've read from you guys telling me some stories about similar scenarios, there usually is friction between the couple, okay? And a lot of times, she becomes resentful of him because he's no longer being the masculine man that she initially was attracted to and got together with. He's now taking on the feminine role, okay? And there's friction with him because she's becoming more masculine. And masculine men don't want to be with or attracted to masculine women. And feminine women don't want to be with feminine men. Okay, be like being with another woman. Okay, and a lot of times what happens is there's resentment building up on both parts. And a lot of times the wife ends up cheating with a guy, oftentimes a coworker, that does the exact opposite of what her husband's doing. So it's a bad way to go. It doesn't work, okay? And sure, somebody's going to come on here and comment saying, well, I know somebody that worked and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, give it time, okay? So I'm going to go through this here just to show you that this happens even not just with your everyday ordinary people. I'm talking high up CEOs, okay? And I'm willing to bet you, if I was a betting man, that in time, this could come back to bite him in the ass. Because guys, a man should be on his purpose, achieving new goals, achieving new things, not making relationships and family his purpose. That is the area that women follow, okay? That's the feminine role. The masculine role is accomplishing big things outside the family and so forth, okay? Again, a lot of people disagree with me, and that's their business, but you're going to see, I'm sure you've seen other videos, the negative impact this type of thing happens. And it can very likely happen to this dude too. So I'm going to go over this article here. It's brief, but gets right to the point. It says here, a chief executive of Europe's largest online fashion site has announced plans to step down from his role, saying his wife's professional ambitions should take priority. He's whipped, giving up millions of euros a year so her ambitions should take priority. And how much does she make? Ruben Ritter has been co-chief executive at Zalando since 2010. The company, which began as a Berlin-based startup 12 years ago, now has 36 million customers and a record revenue of 6.5 billion euros last year. That's awesome. That's badass. 36 million customers and all this, and 6.5 billion in euros in 1 year. After 12 years of business, this guy obviously knows what he's doing. He had to stay on the job. He will step down in May, cutting short a contract that runs to late 2023. He's quoted as saying, "My wife and I have agreed that for the coming years, her professional ambitions should take priority," Mr. Ritter said in a statement. He says here, they agreed. I think it's more like she agreed. "I want to devote more time to my growing family. After more than 11 amazing years where Zalando has been my priority, I feel that it's time to give my life a new direction." Well, I don't want to hear how he feels. I want to hear what he thinks. When a guy starts saying feel, he is now behaving more like a woman. Because you ever notice when women talk, they always talk about how they feel. I feel about this. I feel this way about this. I feel that way about that. When guys typically say, I think. Okay? So he's already going into the feminine energy here. The company declined to name Mr. Ritter's wife or her occupation, but it said that the couple had one child and were expecting another in early 2021. Mr. Ritter, 38, earned 6.8 million euros in 2019 and 20.2 million in 2018, making him one of Germany's highest paid executives. That's amazing. That is awesome. Zalando's other two bosses, Robert Gens and David Schneider, will continue to lead the company, the firm said. Mr. Ritter has been spearheading efforts to improve equality at Zalando, which sells fashion and beauty products in 17 countries. Currently, no women sit on its management board, and its gender pay gap is 22% in favor of men, slightly wider than the national average in Germany. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. However, in November, Mr. Ritter said that the retailer was progressing towards its goal of achieving balanced representation in its top tiers of management by 2023. Well, I hope in their effort for equality and have everything balanced at the top tiers of management, that they don't just hire someone based on, let's call it for what it is. They don't start having female executives purely just to have female executives and look like they're, doing the whole equality thing, but the right ones, okay? Not casting aside men who are much better qualified for someone else that's a woman that isn't as qualified. However, it's a fashion business, so I would assume that you could have women that are obviously pretty good at this. Who the hell knows? He's quoted as saying, "While transformation takes time and we still are at the beginning of our journey, our progress indicates that we are moving in the right direction," Mr. Ritter said. The executive has been in charge of strategy and communications on the three-way management team, but he was also finance chief until last year. Commenting on Mr. Ritter's decision, Mr. Gens said, "When we started to ship the first shoes to our customers from the basement of our office, we did not know where the journey would lead us. It is impossible to overstate Ruben's impact on Zalando's success. Zalando's customers are spread across 17 countries. The online platform sells accessories and beauty products alongside fashion." Well, there you go. That company got some exposure from me doing this video. But the point I'm trying to make is, guys, is that, I wish this guy the best. Seriously. Super successful guy, makes tons of money. That's awesome. Something we can all aspire to and respect. But I don't think that's very wise what he's doing, and it can blow up in his face and come back to bite him in the ass one day. And again, it doesn't say what his wife does, but it's kind of hard to imagine that she is equal in terms of like a job that makes tons of money. I'm not saying that women can't be heads of companies and make a ton of money. I'm not saying that at all, and a lot do, and I have much respect for those that achieve that level. But if he's going to take the role as Mr. Mom, and she's going to take the role as Mr. Dad, or Miss Dad, the odds are it's not going to go so well. And again, I've done articles about this, I've done videos, and you've seen what happens. So we shall see. But the bottom line is this, guys: if you're ever in a situation like this, where you're at a crossroads, for those of you that are married, because I know plenty of you guys are married that watch me, and your wife suggests, hey, I can go work and you can stay home with the kids, really think about this. Watch some of my videos, look up stories online. It doesn't have to be just me. It can be other YouTube channels, it can be other stories you can find in Google, and read the stories of how it turned out, how it ended for those guys, because you're going to see what I'm talking about here. A guy should always be on his purpose, okay? Bonding and relationships and family and all that stuff, that's women's thing, okay? A lot of people can call me sexist for saying that. Fine, I don't give a shit, but I'm telling you how it is, guys, okay? And believe me, if you choose that option, if you go along with her plan, because usually it's her plan, it's not going to end well for you, okay? And I don't want to see that happen to you guys. So anyway, it was a very quick thing. I wanted to point that out. A subscriber sent me that email. He emailed that to me and wanted me to do an article, so I'm doing that for him. And that'd be a good one to do. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.